gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you have done in the game. But you ain't never went up against me or my staff.
That's the only thing been high.
So you remember something.
Tell me what I got.
We've been here before. So you trying to get there.
With Canelo. Butt beat his ass. How though? How does that look? Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all their fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
Brian Bulak McIntyre, Terence Crawford's trainer, gave Canelo a strong warning during the press conference. On fight night, weight and size disparities won't matter. He clarified that despite encountering more formidable opponents throughout the course of his career, Crawford consistently manages to prevail. Bulak, who is forthright and self-assured, stated that Canelo is in serious jeopardy because Crawford's abilities and attitude will be crucial when they enter the ring.
Matchup with Canelo.
Butt beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all their fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bulak? Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for. That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
When Bulak discusses Terence Crawford's chances in the next bout, he does it with confidence. He clarifies that this isn't just another competition. It's an opportunity to solidify Crawford's status as the planet's best fighter in terms of strength. Bulak highlights that Crawford has been going to the gym regularly and hasn't made any excuses. He believes that a champion's preparation is what sets him apart from discipline and explains why he is at the top of his game. In addition to confidence, the phrase conveys a conviction that Crawford's blend of talent and intelligence will enable him to overcome the obstacles that lay ahead. Bao presents the battle as being about making history in front of the world as much as winning in the ring.
Crawford, how excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 30th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
There was a lot of discussion in the boxing community after it was reported that Canelo Alvarez had trouble sparring with Jiren Boots Ennis. Ennis' quick reflexes, quick counters, and deft defensive techniques make him a fighter who many fans liken to Terence Crawford in terms of style. In a controlled sparring session, Canelo reportedly found it difficult to defeat a fighter with similar technique. The issue then becomes how much more difficult it will be for him to face the true test of Crawford in a formal altercation. A championship fight is not the same as sparring. However, patterns frequently have meaning, and this specific rumor made many onlookers think that Canelo would encounter more difficulties than anticipated. It gives Crawford fans more faith that their boxer is equipped to reveal Canelo's weaknesses in a real bout.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jiren Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jiren Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jiren Boots Ennis. If Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? and Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now.
In reaction to these disparaging tales, Bielak promptly rejected the Ennis Crawford analogies. He was adamant when he said that although Boots is gifted, Crawford is completely different. He asserts that no sparring partner, regardless of ability level, can match Crawford's contributions. He argues that Crawford combines knowledge, flexibility, and mental acuity in ways that are difficult to replicate. For this reason, Bielak maintains that those who are making the point of comparisons is lost. The actual fight will highlight Crawford's special abilities, which go beyond only agility and quickness to include intelligence under duress. Bomax's rejection of the story serves as a reminder of his strong belief in Crawford's uniqueness and his capacity to transcend any stylistic similarities that others might find.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to that.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit they ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Concerns were expressed by analyst Aid Oladipo regarding Crawford's choice to put on a substantial amount of weight before the fight. He maintained that boxing is more about striking a balance between skill and power than it is about stature. A fighter may become slower or change his natural pace if he gains too much weight too rapidly. Oladipo is concerned that Crawford, who typically exhibits fluidity and swift, might jeopardize his best qualities by morphing his frame in an unnatural way to match Canelo's bulk. Although a lot of admirers applaud Crawford for being willing to put on weight, Oladipo warns against changing what already makes him unique. This viewpoint demonstrates how difficult the path to such a battle is and how, if not handled wisely, even excellent preparedness can provide difficulties.
Too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And where he's just skinny, he's like wiry, he's very much Tommy Hearns. Now,
have you seen him?
He's massive. He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurt.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurt him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. And he lost. But Bivol was significantly better and 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, nah, similar in terms of they're both skilled.
Trainer Breadman Edwards provided a more impartial assessment of the circumstances. He clarified that Crawford is aware that Jiren Ennis and Canelo engage in combat, and that Ennis possesses genuine strength. Crawford, however, makes use of the information as part of his preparation rather than allowing it to change his perspective. Crawford's confidence is unaffected by external variables, such as sparring partners. Edward emphasized, Crawford believes that the actual battle and capacity for real-time adaptation are what count. Being aware of the fact that Andis was a member of Canelo's camp might even be motivating for Crawford's staff, because it makes them take that training approach into consideration. Under essence, Edwards gave Crawford the reassurance that he thrives under these conditions, and that his mental toughness keeps him from being swayed by the people his opponent associates with in camp.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental...
Fans and analysts frequently claim that Crawford won't be able to handle Canelo's size advantage. Canelo supporters point out his prowess in heavier weight divisions and wonder if Crawford, who started his career at lightweight, can take the blow from a naturally larger opponent. The argument centers on skill versus physicality. According to some who doubt Crawford's chances, ability by itself cannot get beyond the size gap. They assert that Canelo's power shots might eventually overwhelm Crawford once natural physics catches up. This viewpoint reflects a majority of boxing fans who think that facing such a strong opponent is too far to go, regardless of Crawford's skill level.
Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man. Too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
Canelo's extensive background in elite competition adds another level of complexity to the discussion. Canelo has been in almost every style imaginable. According to analysts, his resume is replete with championship rounds in the most prestigious settings, showcasing his skills as a boxer, brawler, and defensive expert, in addition to his size and strength. He exudes a calmness that few can match due to his experience in major battles. Often, a fighter's experience determines how they deal with hardship, and Canelo has proven resilient all of his professional life. Alvarez's supporters contend that his inherent strength and plenty of knowledge make him a special challenge for everyone. including Crawford. It is believed that experience and spotlight of a championship can significantly tip the scales in favor of the Mexican superstar, even though skill is still crucial.
Things about like being in camp with Canelo, it's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So there's definitely weight classes.
There are certain boxing pundits who are ambivalent about the fight in general. They respect Crawford for his ambition to be the best, but they also wonder if this is the ideal opponent to highlight his legacy. Crawford's abilities are not the issue. Rather, it is a potential for an unjust physical disadvantage to overwhelm his abilities. They contend that Crawford had more options to demonstrate his standing among the greats without facing a much bigger man. Nevertheless, despite these reservations, it is acknowledged that Crawford would receive extraordinary financial and public prominence from this battle.
Okay. Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol. He's got Benavidez. He's got all these other legitimate 168, 175-pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're going to go fight a little smaller guy. And that's nothing against Bud. Bud is as talented as they come. Really? But you're talking about a guy that's probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy. Right. I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not. Because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. Very important. I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound-for-pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same thing.
Like that, same thing?
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight the up-and-coming 168, 165 to 175-pound guy.
Ulmac presented the bout as a contest of intelligence rather than just a contest of size and muscle. His critical analysis emphasizes the significance of what he refers to as the finer details of boxing. Speed can counteract size, and timing can balance power. According to Bomack, Crawford's genius resides in his capacity for instantaneous adjustment, which makes him a moving puzzle that is difficult for opponents to solve. His well-known catchphrase, "Skills pay the bills," characterizes Crawford's path and is more than just a catchphrase. It supports the idea that, despite Canelo's strength and experience, Crawford has every opportunity to win because of his command of the sport's subtleties.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and the nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some sudden power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You gotta have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from you, but just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
that's just press conference, man. You. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to get that win, right?
That concludes the video for today. Keep an eye out